All right. So then how do you bounce back after you have a bad game? You said before when we talked that in any performance, you can have a great day or a bad day. And I can attest to that as a performing musician. Bad day, great day, right? So this is an extremely important thing. And I guess that whoever asked this had a bad day. So they're asking themselves, how do I, it's almost like, how do I reset my mind?
Yeah.
That's the question.
I used to certainly in my younger years, I absolutely would beat myself up on having a bad day, bad game, and I would be so pissed off with myself. And I'm sure this is not new. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. Uh, and rather than I guess ignoring, or I would say in a very unhelpful manner, realizing that you are pissed off and you are frustrated and you are annoyed, you know what? Just own it. You are pissed off, you are annoyed, and you are frustrated, and that's okay. It's okay. In other words, you don't have to make excuses for the fact that that's how you feel. Now, like I tell my students, my athletes, I say, when you give yourself permission to actually allow yourself to be pissed off, frustrated, annoyed, whatever, I want you to put a time limit on it. And in that time, I want you to do an Oscar-winning performance. So I want you to really do this exceptionally well. If you're pissed off, be pissed off. Obviously, safety first, right? You're not going to be rude to other people, and obviously you're going to look after yourself. But I want you to be pissed off. If you're frustrated, be frustrated. If you're sad, be sad. Whatever that is.
So it's
So
acknowledgement of what's going
yes,
on inside.
absolutely. Then because it's like a map, right? We're somewhere where we don't want to be, and we
Hmm.
want to move to someplace else. And in
Hmm.
order for that to happen, we actually have to start from a place where we are, not where we want to be instead, because we're not there. So you got to acknowledge the fact that you are feeling what you're feeling, whatever that is. And then once you've gotten that out, it's almost like a physical sense, but it's a mental sense as well. And like I said, the Oscar winning performance is key. You must do this really well. Then you're done. You're finished.
Hmm.
Done. Performance over. Now we need to refocus. So it then gives you the opportunity to reset and go, okay, well, where do I want to be instead? What do I need to address, or maybe where things went wrong? Now, same with that
That's a
one.
typical NLP question. Where do I want to be instead?
Yeah, 100%. And which is fantastic. And I also want to put a caveat on this. I also put a time frame on this. The reason why I say that
Uh-huh.
is people can dwell on, well, I want to be here. And then they just continue to dwell on whatever that place is, right? Whatever that
Uh-huh.
next game, that next performance. But the reality is you're not there because it hasn't happened. So we can go there and focus on what we want, which is fantastic. And then equally, we have to come back to now. And so there is a reshifting, if you'd like, from where we don't want to be. We've acknowledged it. Now we want to focus on where we want to go. Great. Also put a time frame on it, and then we've got to bring it back to right now. What do we actually have to do instead? And it is a bit of I want you to then become, or thinking about becoming a bit of a stickler, right? Whatever the one, two, maybe tops would be three things that you could have done better, wanted to do better, whatever
Mm.
that may be.
Mm.
Those key three, and it's only a handful of things, make that your focus point in your next week so that you continue to focus on what you want, and you're going to do it in such a way with a mindset of very clear execution, probably the effective execution actually, and doing it really well so that that becomes part of your training, becomes part of your habit, that you uplift your blueprint from whatever you did, maybe not so good, to,
Mhm.
okay, I'm going to uplift that just a little bit more. And this now becomes my new blueprint.
Is it ever a time when actually you kind of look, okay, what was present when I did really good, which was missing when I didn't do good? Is there a
Absolutely.
comparison going on as well as part of what you're
Yeah, for sure.
describing?
For sure. And it's interesting you say that, because in my experience, that is certainly not the first thing that people think about. They think about, oh, what I should have done better. not necessarily
Is that
what did
should?
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right, 100%. Not necessarily what you shouldn't have done or what was missing. It's always it's the presumption that I did something, and whatever I did, I didn't do it well enough.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe you did, but maybe there was something else missing that didn't allow that to flourish. So it's just another way of thinking at it, or thinking about it. Sorry, no right or wrong. It's just different, but it certainly helps to be able to open up the peripheral and look at whatever you did from a different perspective or different perspectives, so that you can incorporate that in your trainings, in competition, etc. moving forward.
Right, right. I think this is very important, especially the part where you said, you need to. So we started the first, when we answered the previous question, we start with, first of all, being aware of what did I do actually.
Yep.
So without that awareness of what happened exactly, because see, here it is, as far as I know in performance, I'm not like you, I haven't been performing in sports, but I know this also works in business, in sales, in anything, is the tendency is to say, oh, they, or the environment, or something outside of me happened and threw me off, and it's that person, situation, event's fault. But that is not really helpful.
Well, it certainly doesn't put you in the driver's seat.
Right. It doesn't put you in the position where you actually can change something so that you avoid that for the future. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you say, it's a very disempowering way of wanting to change something that at the end of the day you will never change anyway.